Welcome back, everyone. What an afternoon it has been as Hurricane Milton turns closer to Florida. Dozens of tornado warnings have been issued across the state. Our meteorologist said they tracked 23 in just 4 hours, including right here in Central Florida.
They were counting them up. And we're getting a look at some of the nasty weather that has rolled through Florida. We're going to show you from all over the place. This one is from Tim Barton. All right, take a look at these conditions showing some really intense winds and rain. This is on 192 between
sideways.
Deer Park and Holopaw just before 4. They had a very interesting tornado warning in this area at the time, but you can see we have measured, our meteorologists have talked about winds reaching into the mid 60s, even the 70s at times, even with the eye of this storm hundreds of miles away from us right now. Let's take a look at some video sent to us from a viewer in Okeechobee. Now look at that nasty funnel cloud forming right out the driver's side door. We do know a tornado was confirmed in Okeechobee. One thing you'll notice from this video, and this has been the bright spot from a lot of this news, is a lot of this is very rural farmland. We haven't seen many of these tornadoes that have touched down encroach on big cities just yet, but that is the big worry with this storm.
The thing that they've been saying all day today, Matt, look at the size of that tornado. That's not what you normally see here in Central Florida or in Florida in general. They're saying that this is the sort of tornado you've lived in places where in the Midwest. This is what you see, the size and the scope of that. And while on the air, our CBS affiliate Wink TV down in Southwest Florida caught a possible tornado. This is what we call rain wrapped, folks, and that is why it is so scary and why we tell you to not be outside during conditions like this. This is their tower cam looking at the Matlacha Bridge. This is in Lee County. You can barely see it, but they feel pretty confident they caught a tornado during their live coverage. And check this out. This is video of a home security camera of another possible tornado. Let's listen for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. This is also in the Fort Myers area of Southwest Florida. The homeowner says that he evacuated the area, but he was still checking his camera and saw this footage. And that's what a lot of you are doing. You left, thank goodness, to get to safety.
And you could see it right there.
Look at that. And just hearing it, too.
Yes. And there have been some crazy pictures of, yes, real deal Midwestern looking tornadoes out in Fort Myers. We've seen some clear ones on Twitter as well. Some new video showing some damage from that possible tornado in Fort Myers area. We're seeing lampposts, debris blocking the road. This is just a few miles from the Cape Coral Bridge, but this is one of the big worries for once this storm is over. How are you going to traverse these roads? Hopefully you're not going to. You can see off to the left side, I mean, hunks of roof. Look at that house right there. The roof is gone for part of it, and like you can board up your windows, but you can't do anything about that roof when it goes flying off.
Yeah, and your heart just goes out to these people because they're just doing the best they can. And I honestly was surprised by the number of warnings we saw today ahead of this storm making landfall.
150 miles outside of that center.
I thought we would start seeing this later on after it got closer to where it's supposed to make landfall. But this is daylight, and it's great that it's daylight because we can see exactly what's going on, but it's still just heartbreaking to know that these people are going to have to clean up, and they're still facing more things to come.
I want to show you this one. This is Clewiston.
My gosh.
This might be the most impressive one.
That doesn't even look
Jonathan
real.
is going crazy over here next to me. Near Clewiston, this is Hendry County, about 60 miles east of Fort Myers, spotted crossing over State Road 80 down there. Jonathan, what is it about? This isn't the type of thing we see in Florida.
No, I mean, that's a straight up Oklahoma supercell thunderstorm right there. The tornado's clearly on the ground. The wall cloud, that's that kind of lighter gray that's just ahead of it. It's rotating around it. I mean, that is your plains, deep south tornado. I mean, it's wild.
I honestly can't remember the last time when we were looking at a signature on the radar and saying we could see the rear and the front flank traffic. I mean, there's
wasn't it also picking up a debris field?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we don't normally get that. Though, by the way, with tornadoes like this.
Usually we get the little ropey ones. This is a little more like, this is Broward County. It's seeing its share of tornado warnings today. Some drone footage shows what appears to be a tornado, or maybe you'd call it a water spout.
Yeah,
fortunately it's not on land there. This is near Pembroke Pines. Just crazy video coming in from all across the state. These warnings all happening ahead of Hurricane Milton's landfall.